You know, all these lies about slavery and Jim Crow and all that, it just wasn't true. And it isn't true today.
In the last 2 years, I've come across some of the craziest conservatives on the internet. But when I was sent JLP, I knew I found something mystical. Jesse Lee Peterson. A name you will not forget after this video. A name that apparently rings bells in the conservative community. I was told by one of my followers to look into this dude, and I fell into a pit that's engulfed with delusion, misinformation, and just plain stupidity. And honestly, it didn't take me long to find the perfect video to add to my roster. If you celebrate Juneteenth, just know you're a useful idiot. Jesse! Hey! Jesse! You know you're a black man, right? This title threw me off guard at first because I thought he was trolling. Which honestly, after watching only a couple minutes of this video, I still think that he's bull. But you be the judge of that.
A few black people in Texas found out years later, or sometime later, that slavery had ended. And so because they found out, the other blacks started complaining, and now they have a national holiday. Go figure. A few blacks didn't know slavery had ended. How did that become a national holiday?
You serious?
Well, at least now we know why you're wearing that shirt. Jesse, have you looked into Juneteenth at all? Quite honestly, I am embarrassed for you. You know that feeling when someone does something embarrassing in public and they don't even know that they're embarrassing themselves, but you're embarrassed for them? Yeah, that's happening right now to me with Jesse. This is embarrassing. Juneteenth is a holiday because this dumb country finally decided to celebrate the fact that
we don't own humans anymore.
Man, I bet your ancestors are doing this right now.
And you don't believe that reparation is coming next? Mommy Africa is happening in America. White folks, your land will be taken. It will happen because there's nothing right now pushing back to stop it.
Mommy Africa? No, it's Mama Africa. Don't you disrespect Mandela like that. Now look, I know that you believe in your Swedish-looking blonde-haired baby Jesus, but here are some facts about your statement. Evolution is a fact. It's indisputable. So knowing that, we are all from Africa. Every single human on this planet has some trace of African descent. That's a fact, Jesse. But I'm gonna bust your bubble, JLP, and tell you, this isn't a white man's land. It never was and it never will be. It was taken by the white man, the European white man to be exact, and made into what we have today. A piece of dog. You wanna talk about facts? Let's talk about facts. White people that were born in the United States that have ancestors that came here for religious freedom are responsible for the blatant attempt of extermination of indigenous people, Latinos, Hispanics, and even black people. After slavery ended, the Freedmen's Bureau was supposed to help newly freed black people, but it failed miserably. They literally wanted black people to die off, Jesse. They figured that once we set them free, they'll just go extinct because they didn't think that you were human beings. They didn't think that you could survive in the free world. Because you guys were not humans in their eyes. That is a fact. As a historian, I'm telling you that this is a fact. But the actual way that they wanted to exterminate black people is with racism and segregation. Luckily, they failed.
So let me give you an example of how the blacks are celebrating June 10th. They're really having a party.
Wait, what?
June 10th.
June 10th? Did he just call Juneteenth June 10th?
June 10th.
I'm dead. Dude, I can't take this dude anymore. He doesn't know anything about this holiday, nor does he care. He doesn't even know how to pronounce it.
A 15-year-old boy was killed and 3 people, including a cop, were wounded after shots rang out at a social justice-inspired music festival in Washington, D.C. Watch this.
We have some breaking news. Gunfire erupting at a crowded Juneteenth celebration in downtown Washington, D.C. tonight. One person was killed. Several others were injured, including a police officer who was shot.
There are 365 days in a year, Jesse. Since January 1st of this year, according to the site Mass Shooting Tracker, there have been over 390 mass shootings in the United States just this year. So the shooting on Juneteenth is normal. It's the American way. It's just a coincidence that it happened on that day. This is a normal thing here in the United States. Mass shootings are completely normal here. They're like sunrises in the morning. They happen daily. But I noticed that you mentioned just this DC shooting. Why didn't you mention the other 4 shootings that happened on that day as well? Waterboro, South Carolina. Mass shooting at a nightclub, 4 injured, 2 unalived. Miami, Florida, 5 people shot at an intersection while sitting in their car. Grand Rapids, Michigan, 4 people shot in Burton Heights on the east side of the city. Detroit, Michigan, 4 shot, 1 unalived at an apartment complex. You didn't mention any of these. You just mentioned the celebration of Juneteenth in DC. And I wonder why.
Are you happy that Juneteenth is a holiday? Look what you're paying for. You can't even go to those things because you might end up getting killed.
It's Juneteenth, Jesse. Juneteenth. And am I really teaching an American how to speak English? English is my 4th language and I know how to pronounce it. My God. I'm sorry I keep going back on the way he's pronouncing this. If he took 5 seconds of his time to find out how to pronounce it correctly, I wouldn't say anything. But why would Jesse do that? Why would he take his time to find out the true meaning of this? Because he doesn't care.
This is all about the socialist movement. Excuse me.
Are you challenging me?
Maybe.
Hold up, wait a minute. Let's go back to what you said because that little burp just threw me off guard.
This is all about the socialist movement. Excuse me.
What do Juneteenth and socialism have to do in correlation? That literally makes no sense. If you're talking about the slavery aspect, slavery is more capitalism than it ever will be socialism. Why are you telling other black people not to celebrate a day that is so significant to them? And to be exact, recognizing, understanding, and truly celebrating this monumental day is being themselves. What you're doing is bootlicking white delusion. If you're enjoying the video so far, my friends, please turn that thumb blue. It really tremendously helps out the channel. Thank you so much, my friends.
I saw this documentary over the weekend about socialism and the effect that it had on black people and our country at large. And the guy Karl Marx and others, the one thing that they knew and wanted to do and are succeeding at it. And they're literally succeeding at it in order to bring in socialism. Because I'm learning about socialism more and more and more every day. But one of the things that they did to bring in socialism was to get rid of Christianity.
What do socialism and Christianity have to do with one another? See, what you just witnessed, ladies, gents, and my non-binary friends, is the true reality of brainwashing. Jesse has no clue what socialism is. And I'm certain that he believes socialism is communism, which couldn't be more from the truth.
They had to get rid of Christianity in order to establish socialism around the world, anywhere where they did it.
What a crock of dog shit. I wish you were right. I wish that you were right about socialism getting rid of Christianity. Unfortunately, that isn't the case.
People who are truly of God, believe in Him, and have the love of God cannot be controlled. They can't be controlled.
Wait. What? Religious people can't be controlled? Wait, what? What? Are you out of your mind? Jesse! That's literally the point of religion. Control. Religion is the purest, most accepted form of control human beings have. That is a straight fact. There's no disputing this. There is no argument. Religion is nothing but control.
Black people were doing very, very well in life. You know, all these lies about slavery and Jim Crow and all that, it just wasn't true. And it isn't true today.
I don't think Jesse knows anything about black history, and this literally proves it. I can't believe you said that. My God. I don't want to go into too much depth with it because there's so much to talk about when it comes to Jim Crow, but let me show you the fact how real Jim Crow actually was. You ever heard of the Nuremberg laws? Laws made in Germany by Hitler and his lawyers. And you won't believe where they got their inspiration from. In 1935, Nazi Germany passed two radical discriminatory pieces of legislation: the Reich Citizenship Law and the Law of the Protection of German Blood and German Honor. Together, these were known as the Nuremberg laws, and they laid the legal ground for the prosecution of Jewish people during the Holocaust and World War II. When the Nazis set out to legally disenfranchise and discriminate against Jewish citizens, they weren't just coming up with ideas out of thin air. They closely studied the laws of another country. According to James Q. Whitman, author of Hitler's American Model, that country was the United States. America in the early 20th century was the leading racist jurisdiction in the world. Nazi lawyers, as a result, were interested in, looked very closely at, and were ultimately influenced by American race laws. So again, how is Jim Crow not real, Jesse? I'll wait for your answer in the comment section. And I want y'all's opinion as well. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. What are your thoughts on Jesse saying that Jim Crow isn't real? Especially to my black friends and colleagues. What do y'all think of that? Cause I'm horrified.
And so by doing that, they were able to get rid of Christianity. And now in our country, they have really gotten rid of Christianity.
I really wish you were right, but you're not, dude. They just overturned Roe v. Wade, specifically because of religion. That is the sole reason why they got rid of Roe v. Wade, because of Christianity. So tell me, Jesse, how is Christianity gone? JLP, I gotta tell you, man, you took the cake. You took the reward. You have got to be the most delusional conservative that I've ever come across on social media. This man believes socialism is the reason that there is no Christianity in the United States. Think about that. Think about what I just said closely. Very closely. Because the reality is Christianity isn't gone, and it'll never be gone in the United States. Republicans really do say the darndest things, don't they? If you want more craziness from the right, then check out this right here. And if you're able to, please join my community on Patreon, get early access to all of my videos, private lives, private podcasts, and much more. I'll leave that link right here and in the description below. Come hang out with me in my private Discord. Let's talk about politics. We do that on a daily basis there. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for weekly leftist videos, and I will see you guys later.